I'm Kathy Feigley, and welcome to today's Child and Family. We're in for lots of adventures today, some good financial information, a Halloween parade, and some special guest visitors. Join us. A great day. Hi, I'm Kathy Feigley from today's Child and Family, and we're fortunate today to have a financial planning expert with us, Verna Ulis. Verna, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. I work with Emerald Financial Resources, which is a member of Mass Mutual Financial Group. I specialize in families, and what I do is I develop financial strategies for them. I help them to protect their families. I help them to make a plan and prioritize, and to preserve their assets and to reach financial independence in retirement.
Wow, that's a lot of things. I know at Kangaroo Kids we deal with a lot of young families, and they're always worried about preparing for the future. So what are some of the things that young parents can take into consideration as they're planning their financial future?
Well, one of the things that's very important. A lot of people say to me, when should I start planning? To tell you the truth, I say as the minute you start planning the decor for the nursery, that's when you should start putting away the money.
That's a good point.
Yes. And as a matter of fact, if you can't afford both, I say put a little more of a plain decor, and start planning for college.
That's important because college nowadays is so expensive to get the fees together for that.
And it's overwhelming for the parents today. The cost of college can cost as much as a home, the purchase of a home. And they have two parents working. A lot of times they go from paycheck to paycheck. They have mortgages, they have car payments. It's a lot. It's overwhelming. And they start a little too late, I think, and then in the end they think they're going to get a lot more financial aid than they actually do.
What kind of cost do you think parents can expect when they send their kids off to college, especially if they're, just having an infant or a 5-year-old now, 10, 15, 20 years from now? What do you think they're going to look at?
Oh my gosh. Actually, the College Board, which helps families and students, they say that it costs as much as $250,000 for a private school, projected in the future. That's a 4-year.
4-year.
And that's staying locally. And for public, it's about $95,000.
Wow, that's just amazing. So parents, it's very important to start saving now. And how can parents balance? There's so many things that they're preparing for. They're getting their children through their education now, looking to the future. They're trying to save for retirement, maybe start some investing on their own. How do families balance all of that?
Well, it's not easy. I like to say, as far as for college planning, start right away. Just squirrel away a little bit at a time. And whatever you do, make it a dedicated account. Make sure it's something you're not going to go for other bills. So I say don't bite off more than you can chew.
Right.
So in other words, start small. And I like to say the 1/3 method. You save 1/3 before the child goes to college. The other 1/3 should be while they're going to college, along with financial aid, and then the last 1/3 should be a combination of loans for the student themselves and parents.
So that makes it more doable if you do it in the 1/3 method. Then.
Yes.
That's excellent. Well, that's very good information, and we really appreciate that. I know we're going to be hearing some more from you about some of the other aspects of financial planning. So thank you very much for sharing that with us right now.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank you. Hi, we're back with Verna, and we've learned a lot of important information about using the 1/3 plan and starting early. Verna, what are some, besides once you get the 1/3 plan and you're starting early, what are some of the options that parents have to invest in to save for their child's college education?
That's a good question. There's about 4 vehicles I'd like to talk about. There's a 529 plan and also a Coverdell plan, and they have their own little concise things rules that you have to follow, and they're tax, there's tax breaks with them.
Now, what is a 529 plan? What exactly does that mean?
They're vehicles to save for college, and same thing with Coverdell, and like I said, each one has their own little concise things to follow, but they're designated specifically for college. Then there's credit card rebate programs, and they're very interesting. There's You Promise and there's Baby Mint. Both of which, how that works is you sign up, and I believe they're free, and then depending on what you're purchasing, you're earning college credits and college rebates for college. So the grandparents can do that, the neighbors can do that. It's a nice little thing. So you don't even realize it. You're spending as you usually do when you're getting money towards your children's education.
Well, that's a good way, right, to save. So it's not additional money for you, it's just what you'd already be buying.
So you just go right online and just look up You Promise and Baby Mint.
You Promise and Baby Mint,
yes.
Okay.
The other way is CDs and treasury bonds, savings bonds. Then there's custodial accounts. And then there's cash value life insurance, which is a nice thing. That gives the parents a lot of options.
Now, are CDs worthwhile to invest in now with the interest rates so low? Do you think that is a viable option for parents?
It is a vehicle. It wouldn't be my first choice.
Okay. All right. And as far as the insurance, what kind of options do they have with that?
Well, with the cash value life insurance, the parents would be the owner. So they can take the cash value out, and they're the ones who actually control it.
And the one they choose, does that depend on their financial situation or just which vehicles they like more than others?
Well, see, that's when they should actually sit down with a financial services professional, and that professional should look at the general overview of their entire portfolio and see what's best for them.
Right. Okay. All right. Well, as you can see, there's lots of options, so it's important to check with a financial planner and find out what's the best option for your family, but start early. Well, we've certainly received a lot of good information, financial tips on saving for college and starting early. One of the things also, Verna, what about financial aid? Are there other options for parents that really are struggling to get all the money together for college?
Yes, actually apply for scholarships, apply for financial aid. A lot of people don't realize what's available. Be careful though, because sometimes parents, when they're saving, they overestimate what they'll get. But there's a big myth. A lot of people feel like if they apply, they don't qualify for financial aid. And that's not true. In order for somebody to not qualify for financial aid, I mean, they'd be making so much money it wouldn't matter anyway. At that point, they shouldn't even be applying.
So financial aid is an option now. What about things like scholarships? Thank you for joining us on today's Child and Family. Hope you've enjoyed our autumn adventures and hope you've enjoyed all the wonderful information that Verna has provided for us. Thank you for joining us and thank you for all the special tips, Verna.
It was my pleasure. Thank you, Kathy.